Hopefully we are live. Yes, it's showing me the live camera. Sorry about that. Of course, as always, Megan's struggling with the technology. Going to do it on my PC upstairs, and I had to add a little extra details to the event to get it to go live. But anyway, here we are. I am just going to try and find the screen where I can see your questions, because I did want to have questions today. If somebody can write a question or show me that they're watching, that would be awesome. Because right now I can't see anything. But I hope everyone's excited because we've got our new ebook out, Chicken Dinners. It's been flying off the shelves, which is not even on shelves, but going well and already getting some great feedback. Sorry, I'm still just trying to find where I go to even see your questions. I think if I flick into the other screen, which I can do, it might be a bit delayed, but that won't be too much of an issue, I can't imagine. Sorry, this is a pain in the ass, I know. Let's go here. Yeah. See that live. Here we go. Make sure I got my volume in there so I'm not talking back at myself. Okay, so we've got at least a couple of people that have commented there. I can see that I'm on a total delay, so this is going to be completely confusing for me. So I might just shift back and forward between the screens so I can see what's happening. Anyway, let's get into it. Even though I can't see your questions, I will just jump back in. So if you've got any questions regarding our new book, Chicken Dinners, it's an ebook, by the way. I've just printed mine. But if you've got any questions, if you've bought it and you've got a question about any of the recipes or anything in it, or you're on the fence and you don't know whether it's something that's for you, you can pop a question in the message box and that as well too, and I will quickly go through them all when I have gone through this. But yeah, I'll have to just flip back and forward. It's really weird, like when I normally work in the kitchen, which I will be tomorrow night, so that you'll be able to see me cook at least one recipe from the book. I'll try and keep it short, and we might add another recipe, maybe even something from Keto Mojo or Keto Loco, and that while I'm at it. But yeah, I just came up here on my PC to do it, and yeah, the screen is just all jargon, and I can't see where they've even got the details and that for me to see what you're saying. So anyway, let's get on to it. So chicken dinners. There's 20 plus chicken recipes in here. I don't know what it's saying about that. You can't use a feature at the moment, but I hope I'm trying to use a feature. I'm just going to go out of that screen. Sorry, it's going crazy. So I have now got a big screen in front of me on delay. But anyway, so chicken dinners, 20 plus recipes, all low carb, all keto, all clean ingredients for anyone that's interested in knowing that as well too. We've given plenty of options for you to substitute different things in that as well too for any dietary variations. On the whole, most of it is egg-free and dairy-free. If you're not a chicken lover, we've got options in there for different proteins and that as well too. Every page, every picture that you see is is a unique and beautifully pictured photo or taken photographed photo by me. I don't even know what you would say that. So it's a nicely laid out book in that as well too. We've got things from stir fries and curries, grills, bakes, really interesting recipe that I'm sure is going to be really popular. We have these insane chicken corn chips. They really surprised me how easy they were to make and how perfect they were for nachos and stuff like that too, because I was just like trying to look for really simple ingredients and simple recipes that you can all love, but make fast, because I absolutely hate having spent a lot of time in the kitchen myself. So usually we do have a lot of basics in our cookbooks. I haven't done a huge basic section. I think we've only got like 4 basic recipes in here collectively. So the recipes are pretty straightforward, as in they're quick and easy, and the ingredients are all there, so you can make it pretty easily. What suggestions do you have for storing ebooks for easy success? For the ebooks, I use what is it called, iBooks on your devices, which you can save, say, on your iPad or your phone, and you can share it on your cloud to all of your devices. And then you'll have all of your ebooks in one particular library. So when you have ebooks from authors like myself and they're saved in your iBooks, you got to think when you're actually looking through all the recipes, it's ad-free, you've got no pop-ups like a website or anything like that, and you've got them all in one place. So they're easy to find, and included in the purchases we have the index and that of all of our other books and that as well too. So you can find where things are by looking through the indexes if you're using multiple ebooks of ours anyway, because we don't have indexes of everybody else's, of course. So yeah, that is the easiest one. But like I said, I actually do use printed copies. I just print mine off, which you're welcome to do. Print it for personal use only, of course, not distribution. But yeah, you can print it off. I get it done at Officeworks, which you can see it's got a clear cover on the front. A really nice 100 GSM shiny page inside. That's really nice and soft to feel. And it's got a black back cover. So what you can lay it down in the kitchen flat on the bench. And because it's got these backs, like it's sort of like a leatherette kind of feel at the back and the plastic on the front, it protects the book inside. I did look at potentially printing this just for myself in just all of a paper, but I found any of the cheap printing was too thin, I think, to do it without a cover. So that is how I do all the ebooks and that as well too. It was new to me when I first started, but I found like it is just so much easier to find things when they're all on your device and that as well too. And like I said, you can save it on your phone, so when you're out shopping, you can quickly look up, you know, what ingredients you need to make KFC seasoning, and you've got it all there on your phone. But when you go home, if you want to stick your laptop in your kitchen or your iPad on a stand, you can cook straight from that. Or of course, you can print off the page itself. You can just print out, when you've downloaded a PDF, of course, you can print whatever pages you want. So you could print all the printed pages if you like and just work from there. So the recipes that we put in this book, like I said, were all meant to be simple and easy, everyday recipes. So the recipes included, because I haven't flipped through your questions yet, are on the index here, and I have got a picture of that on the page and in our groups and that as well too, and in our email if you're on our email list. So I've got recipes like chicken and cashew stir fry, butter chicken, chicken and sweet baby corn soup, garlic chicken sausage rolls, chicken and mushroom risotto. So the risotto is amazing, by the way. I'm not a fan of risotto at all. I'm not a big fan of cauliflower either. But this risotto definitely passed my tests. Like the testers already loved it. I felt like I pushed a little bit further with all my testing and stuff like that as well too, to make something that I'd be very proud to serve in a restaurant. So restaurant quality risotto made with cauliflower rice, which you can of course substitute with any other rices that you like. There is some low carb ones on the market, but that's up to you, or cognac rice or the palmini rice. We had so many requests over the years, I think, for katsu chicken curry. I've done a great curry. One of our testers is a katsu house. They make a lot of katsu chicken, which I did not know. And they were the very first to test it. And they already rated it so much easier. They're a thermi cook. They rated it so much easier than any of the recipes that they've used previously, and put it right up there as a top recipe to make and be on their regular now. So that was a nice little surprise, because I didn't know we actually had such a super fan of katsu chicken in our testing group. But yeah, that was lovely. Our lemon chicken, which was originally in, just copy away, is the cover shot of Healthy Family. We have redone some of the recipes that are in some of the favourite cookbooks, and there's only a handful of those though. So completely redone it with a new recipe. So hopefully you'll love that one as well too. The chicken nachos made with our chicken corn chips, which were insane. The chicken nachos are devised to be super easy and quick, using even leftover chicken from any of the recipes that we have. I've made a very, very quick sauce, and I literally whipped this up. Linda was with me when I did it. I did it for Dave's lunch. Quickly whipped it up and had it like all done and dusted, albeit the corn chips were already baked, in probably less than 10 minutes. Not even that. It probably would have been about 5 minutes, to be honest. I just went to the fridge, went that, chucked it all together. And even the chicken I used in it was leftover katsu chicken that had no sauce on it. But I could even do it with a curry. I wouldn't care. It was so good. And the queso that I made with it too is another really simple recipe that you'll love. We've done a country chicken and leek pie that's with bacon. And I've given you 2 alternative toppings as well, both photographed for the cookbook. So I did one that is sort of like a casserole kind of dish with a nice crunchy topping, and I did one with the pastry tops. But I've also given you other alternatives in that on how to serve it as well. But you could do it completely with no topping at all. I know I posted recently a picture of the one with, I'm sorry if this is getting any reflection because I can't see, we're on delay. But yeah, this was a nice easy one. And again, this is one of those recipes that's just like done in no time, no fancy ingredients, very, very simple. And it's something that you could easily just add any extra vegetables into it yourself as well. In saying that, with the vegetarians, every recipe but one has a vegetarian alternative. The one I could have tried something else, but I just ran out of time. So you might get something else to substitute that down the track. We have things from salads and fried rice. We've got a creamy chicken boscaiola that is just amazing. The Tuscan chicken lasagna. Now, the Tuscan chicken lasagna has been an extremely popular recipe on our website for 4 years, I think now. And honestly, the pictures in there are terrible. It looks like a mess on the website. But I fine-tuned it, and the new recipe does look amazing. I'll just find it if I can quickly flick to it in the book. And it's simple. It does use our pasta, but again, there is options in there for you to use like other different kinds of pasta, which I've given you options for as well too. It held together really, really well. I'm going to have a go at just trying to take a photo of some in a whole another way in that as well too, because we just photographed this one last week, at the end of last week. So what was it this week? I lost track of time. But yeah, probably one of our longest to make kind of recipes, but everything else is pretty much basic as. The one thing we've introduced into this book too is in the back. We've got our keto cubes and that as well. So there is quite a few sauces that you can use within this recipe. So like chop sueys and cashew chicken and stuff like that. We've got like some easy Asian style sauces, and I have given you great tips on how you can actually make them and freeze them into ready-made keto cubes that you can simply add to any dish. So let's just say if you were to make one of the stir-fry sauces, you can do it in the large silicone ice cube trays. You freeze them, you put them in a Ziploc bag, you write down the servings on there. I've given you the servings in the book. And then when you go to make a stir fry, you can actually literally take the sauce out of the freezer, chuck it into your wok, into your pan, into your microwave, into your Thermomix, whatever you're using, and quickly make some very simple sauces and dishes just from these cubes. We've also included some of the recipes which can also go into the cubes and that as well too. So you could even make your own cup of soup of chicken and corn soup from using 4 cubes of soup. So I really want to work on including this into our books and our ebooks moving forward, that we have the keto cubes included for easy, fast meal prep, batch cooking, and just spending less time in the kitchen, which we all like, I guess. Now I'll have a quick look through questions, but yeah, So the recipes all have the macros down the bottom. I think the most amount of net carbs in any of the recipes would be roughly around about 8. But of course it goes down all the way down to 0. It's mostly a protein-based book, heavy on the chicken, not so heavy on vegetables, but there is ones with vegetables in it and alternatives for vegetables. So we took recipes like my teriyaki chicken, and I've added extra veggies, and I can tell you it's just delicious. The cashew chicken was amazing, and our wings that everybody loved in the testers group is on the front cover, and that's like a nice simple meal, and it's still geared around whole family meals. Okay, so if you had any questions regarding that, yeah, it passes kiddies tests and that as well too. We had a few clean plates and exclamations of great dishes. Just having a quick look and see if there's anything else in there that I need to tell you about. But yeah, so it's got an intro rate at the moment. It's in the store. Like I said, you can print them out, get them bound by Officeworks. The binding doesn't cost a lot of money. If you get it printed there, it cost me roughly around about $40 for this to be printed and bound while I was there. But I could have printed at home, which I normally do. I printed nearly most of my ebooks, but I just haven't done the last few. But I went and did that one because I just wanted just to see that how easy it is to set them up that way and use them, because as you can see, like when you put it down on the kitchen bench, it lays completely flat. And anyway, so it's a nice way of preserving any of your favorites, or you could always pick out all of your favorite recipes out of one of the ebooks that you've bought and put them all together in one if you wanted to. That's a great idea, isn't it? Okay, so let me have a quick look at the questions. If you've got any, pop them in the box. I will have a look through for a while, and then I will get off and let you all enjoy your evening. I know for some of you it's not even started. Some people might still be getting home from work across the country. And for those of you who don't know, I'm in New South Wales, so it's only 7 p.m. So it's the only time for me to knock off. It's been a huge day, and I'm ready to have a little teeny break tomorrow. But you will catch me live tomorrow in the kitchen at, I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to cook yet. I'll work it out tonight. But anyway, let's have a look at questions. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, okay, I can't use that feature. Cooking for 2 sick leftovers. Mine is dropping out. Anyone else? Tray bakes. There's not that many tray bakes in the book. I mean, there's a couple of things that are cooked on trays, but most of it is still like one pot meals, easy meals, but mostly fast meals. I didn't really use the oven an incredible amount of time, possibly more so just the stovetop or thermal methods. For those of you who have got thermies and stuff, I think every recipe, there might be one, doesn't have any thermy methods in there, but you could probably still use one of the steps in there for it. We just didn't want to waste your time having to wash up the bowl. And there is recipes that also include air fryer. Okay, so I have dodgy reception. Looks like we got dodgy reception for this. Awesome. It's probably a humongous whiteboard that I've got blocking it out. Okay. Good-o. Looks like I'm pretty much off without having to answer too many questions. Okay, so anyway, hope you love it. If you've got any questions, drop them in the thread. If not, catch me tomorrow in the kitchen. We'll be cooking one of the recipes from the book and a couple of sides maybe with it, just pumping it out. So have a great night. I'm just going to flick back and I will catch you tomorrow.